Okay, so we're working with Autocad today. Again, we're now in the 3D phase of it. So we do have the big letter A here. You see that if we click this gear down here at the bottom, we were in drafting and annotation, now we're in 3D modeling. So what we're going to do is click on 3D modeling, and you'll see that this menu will pop up. If you see a box on the left and extrude and then the press and the pull and these type of functions, then you know you're in the 3D. Okay, remember the 3D is the X, the Y, and the Z, and you will be drawing in the X and the Y and pulling up or pressing the Z. Okay, so let's get started in showing you a little bit about it. The first thing you need to do once you go here is you need to come up here and put your mouse cursor over here and do the little house. You'll see that it will rotate, and it is rotated to the southwest, which is standard build into AutoCAD. Okay, so we can move it around. We'll make sure we just press our wheel on our mouse and we can move it. Let's go ahead and create some geometry here. So I'm going to do a square. Okay. I'm going to do a circle. Okay. And go ahead just so. We could go ahead and do a polygon. We need to tell it how many sides. Let's go ahead and tell it 6. Let's back it up and do 6 sides. Okay. So now we've got 6. So we're going to start the edge. We will go ahead and have it as inscribed. And so now we'll go ahead and create it. Okay. Now, when we're wanting to create these as 3D objects, we need to be careful on what we select. Okay. If we're going to do the press pull, we need to make sure we select inside the object that we want to make 3D solid and not the line. If we select the line, it might just give us a line. Okay. And we don't want just a line. So if we do just a line, then it may give us a problem. Because these are drawn as connected lines, sort of like a block, it will not do just lines. But if we come over here and we do a line tool, and we created a block using the line tool, okay? And if we go ahead and we do this and we go ahead and join it like so, and then we trim it like so, and like this, and like this, I will show you the difference, what happens. I will get rid of this. So when we do press pull and we put it inside here, we see that it creates a 3D object. Okay. But if we come in here, if we press inside, it'll create our 3D object. But if we kind of in a rush and we select just a line, what'll happen is it'll just do a line and the object will not be 3D. The line will just be pulled up and there is no thickness other than what the line is. So in order to see this a little bit clearer, let's come up here. Here's our wireframe. Here's our southwest isometric, which matches with our cube. Okay. And then over here is our wireframe. We can change this to conceptual. Then we will look and see. Remember, we did it inside here, and it turned it 3D. But when we do it inside here, we just did the walls, and the object is not a 3D solid. Okay? And so we need to pay close attention when we create a geometric shape, and we need to make sure that that shape is all connected and we go into the middle of it. Okay? So if we actually do a shape of any type of form and we decide to make it, or let's say that I will do a quick extremely quick with no dimensions. Letter E. Okay. And so I go ahead and I just cross it over. And look what happens. I didn't join them. So let's try to press pull it. It will not let me press pull the whole, only the lines, because there is a break right here. Okay. So I would have to fill that break in and close it completely. Okay, and I can clean it up because nobody likes sloppy lines, so I will clean that up. And now you can see it's a complete closure, so I will put it over here and you can see that the entire letter E will actually be able to do the 3D. So when you're doing a 3D object, you need to pay close attention and not select the edges. Close your object, otherwise it will not do it. Now, the extrude is the same familiar way. We could go ahead and extrude all we want, and we can do different things with it. So let's look and see what extrude does. Let's do this. Let's do a block. Okay, and now let's go ahead and see if we can extrude it. So we are not able to extrude it until we actually hit enter, and then it will allow us to extrude it up or down. So if we do the extrude, we can click this, hit enter, and these will not extrude. Why won't they extrude? Because they were already used with press pull. Now had we used extrude before, we could probably do extrude again. Okay, so one of the things I want to show you as well, while you're doing a measurement, what will happen sometimes is when you create a 3D object, it creates trash material. Let me show you what I mean by trash material. It means that it will leave things behind. Okay, so you see it left our original rectangle behind. So let's move this one and let's see if it'll leave something behind. It left our circle behind, as well as this one will leave something behind. And so when you do your measurements and you want to measure your object, you want to make sure that you're actually going to measure the object and not the line that was left below, because it will measure that line as well. Okay? And even though that line is the same thing, it will also alter if you've moved your 3D object. Okay? So you need to pay close attention to that and remove any trash material. Okay? So basically the trash material is a footprint of what you just created in 3D.